Hello, you're back with Beatle and we are back on Heroes V Hordes. Today we're going to be going through the hard mode. It's about time we carry that on and we're going into Crystal Mines 1. We're going to be seeing how good the Fire Wizard is in the actual hard mode, which I don't think I've actually used him in this. If you watched my recent short video, I used him in the recent dungeon event and got 37,000 kills total, so I've got a really good strategy there if you want to check that out. But here we go into the hard mode. First weapon, let's get the bomb, see how we do. So the hard mode really does live up to its name. The hordes have a lot of health and do a lot of damage, and obviously these sort of fire bolts from the sky don't actually help at all. Let's get the poison darts there, I think. I'll need to check if there is an actual boss in these stages. Let's get the chain lightning. Also do like the crossbow, but I think that the lightning is probably slightly better here. And we'll upgrade the fire staff. I know with the fire wizard, you pretty much just want to try and upgrade everything that will help the fire wizard's fire staff get better, as that is pretty much the best weapon. So the projectile increase, the damage increase, and there we go, we can get the damage increase right there, because the fire wizard's fire staff is going to pretty much be doing most of the damage, so that is something to note if you are using the fire wizard. I'd say so far so good, but it isn't actually getting that easy. There's a lot on screen here. I might actually have to get the divine aura, just because there seems to be a lot of enemies getting close to me. I think I'll give that a go. If I can level that up enough, hopefully it'll at least give me a bit of protection if the hordes do get quite close to me, so I'm hoping that will be able to help with that. Wow, there's already an elite. We're only on stage 1 of this. Oh my gosh, 49 seconds to go. This is crazy. I've sort of started this thinking I'd be able to easily do it. Let's get the evasion tome here, just because we do have that the poison dart thing. Just about surviving, weaving in and out of the enemies, trying to slowly kill that boss, but he's taking a lot of hits to get lower, but we got 30 seconds till the end of the level, so I'll just try and wait until we sort of see that out. I'll get the damage tome there just to try and increase the damage that we do. I would imagine there's going to be quite a few gems on the floor, as I'm pretty much just running away at this stage. There's not much more I can do. It is really tricky, but I do like the fire wizard on this so far, just because it's sort of a ranged projectile. You can pretty much always hit an enemy with it. I think although saying that, the Spirit Shaman may also be quite good in this. I do quite like using the Spirit Shaman in the actual chapter modes. You might not get the most kills like in the dungeon event. I'll get the poison darts here just because I'm trying to get that up to the venom vial. But yeah, you might not get as many kills in the dungeon event with the Spirit Shaman, but you sometimes can just feel a bit safer in the chapter modes. But there we go, that is stage 1 complete, and we'll get the divine aura from the chest there. And we did get 5 levels up. I thought we were going to get a few there. I'm going to get the recovery tome just so we have the evo of that when it comes. I'll get the divine aura upgrade as well. That moves to level 3, and I don't really need any of those. I'll just reshuffle this. There we go, reshuffle complete, and not a great deal, to be honest. I'll just have to get the evasion tome there. I don't really want any of the others. Area tome just so we get the bomb upgrade, and that does help the fire staff as well. The fire bolts actually are bigger, and here it looks like we'll have to get the evasion tome there. At least we'll be evading attacks as and when they actually do hit us, and there is no bot here, so that is good to note as well. Here we go, wave 2. So far so good. I know the fire staff is going to be doing most of the damage, so I've just got to try and use the fire staff as effectively as I can and try and hit as many enemies. Once an enemy dies after using the fire staff, it sort of leaves a trail of fire, so it's good when you're firing at large groups of enemies. When the fire staff does actually kill an enemy, it can also sort of trigger a chain of sort of events and kill a lot more, but it's a bit tricky once the enemies actually have quite a lot of health. It's not as easy to trigger that. Here we go with the dragon. Seems to be doing all right for us, and I've just got that boxing glove to the left, which I'll pick up as soon as that runs out. So we are surviving quite well here. I think the divine aura also is helping us out. Once the enemies get close, obviously that is just going to do sort of constant damage over time, and hopefully it'll stop them doing too much damage to us. I will get as much as I want the divine aura again, I'm going to get the cooldown tome just to sort of finish out our complete loadout. So now we've got pretty much all the weapons and all the tomes that we want, and now it's just a case of getting them upgraded. That firebolt just about caught me, but hopefully the fact that I've got HP regen, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. And you can see there's so many enemies on the screen, just trying to sort of thin them out with our fire wizard and last as long as I can. We do have 39 seconds to go. Wow, That elite is absolutely charging at us. He's given no space to breathe there. So just trying to weave through the gaps. But I think the Fire Wizard probably is going to be one of the best heroes to use on these hard chapter modes. I would have to do a bit of playing around, because I'm sure that there can be some others. I think more defensive heroes may also be good. Obviously the Fire Wizard is probably one of the best at getting high kills, but I think the Spirit Shaman or the Knight may also be very good in hard chapter modes, who are a bit more defensive and just sort of have that survivability. But so far so good with the Fire Wizard, and here we can actually get the Divine Aura again there and see what we get from the chest. Level 2 Area of Effect, I think that is. Not 100% sure, but here we go. One enemy left, and hopefully we'll get at least a level up or two from the rest of the gems that we're going to collect there. Only one level it seems, but let's get the Poison Dart. There we go, wave 2 cleared, and we'll jump into wave 3. I think we're actually upgrading all of our weapons relatively evenly, which probably isn't the best way to do it. I think I've said in a previous video, you really need to try and upgrade at least one weapon to Evo stage first, but we've got, you know, like level 5, 4, 4, 4, 3, something like that, which isn't the best. And our Fire Staff, I think, is actually only level 2, so we ideally need to try and level that up as well, as that was meant to be doing the bulk of our damage, but I don't think it probably is now, to be honest. It seems a bit under leveled, and so hopefully we do manage to get that. And I can see that shield, which will give me some invulnerability, which we may actually need, so glad I've actually just got that now, and I can hopefully try and thin out some of these big crowds whilst I have that and can just sort of run through them. But as it's running out, trying to find a gap, which I just about managed to find. I can definitely tell it has got harder now. There is a lot of enemies on the screen. Here we go, another elite, and oh my gosh, there's lots of fire raining from the sky. This is just absolutely hectic at the moment, so pretty much my tactic now is survive rather than try and get the kills. Because I am finding this quite tricky now. The HP seems quite low, but there we go. We can get the Fire Staff finally to level 3. It gives us an extra projectile, 25% damage, and fires a bit quicker. The upgrades on the Fire Staff are absolutely amazing, so that is really exactly what we need. And a few more of those upgrades would not go amiss, and hopefully would actually help us out in getting a bit further along with this stage. That elite boss seems a bit trapped on that rock, but as he sprints forward, he gets loose, and he's doing it again. I swear they go really quick. Not in the hard mode, they don't seem to move as quickly or do that sort of dash as often, but I guess that's what we've got to deal with, and that is exactly why this is the hard mode. Hopefully I can kill him here, and he'll give us the chest, and it'll be the fire wand. And it wasn't, it was the lightning, but you know what, I'll actually take that. That's only level 2. Wow, okay, that definitely needs to level up, but we ideally need an Evo weapon soon as well. But there we go, finish them. Actually, I wasn't even looking at the time then. That sort of went by quite quickly as I was constantly under attack there. But there we go, one enemy left on wave 3. There we go, wave cleared. Do I get a level? I get 1. I doubt it'll be any more. Oh, we do actually get 2, and we get the Fire Staff as well, so 50% damage and area of effect increase, and the Fire Staff again, which is brilliant. Plus 1 projectile and 50% damage. I was almost tempted to get the Divine Aura there, but we are on to wave 4 of 5. Obviously the 6th wave is just the coin rush, so we've got 2 waves to actually complete this chapter. And you can see now I've upgraded this Fire Staff twice since the last stage. How much bigger the projectiles are, and the sort of fire left behind is a lot bigger. The explosions when the enemies are hit, you can see why it is a really good weapon to have in pretty much any event or mode that you play on this game. The Fire Wizard is always going to be one of the best. Just about surviving still. When those sort of bats fly at you, the sort of large group, there we go. That's where you can mainly see that sort of chain effect where all of them sort of die once the fire wand hits them. And here we go with the boxing glove. Hopefully this will really help us thin out the crowd, and actually hopefully it's really good timing that we have that elite with the boxing glove, so I can kill that really quickly, and it gives us the Divine Aura. So next chest we get will be the Divine Aura Evo upgrade, and we can also obviously still find that in a level up as well. There it is, Vampire Aura. Damages enemies in a circle and heals you. Healing power increases with a number of enemies affected, so really handy. Obviously I'm going to take hits in this mode, but the heal up of the Vampire Aura is actually really strong, so we'll get full HP relatively quickly anytime that we are injured. Here we go, coming up to 10 seconds left and just about surviving. I think it's a combination of the fire wand doing a lot of the sort of bulk of the damage, but the Vampire Aura also killing any enemy that sort of slips through the gap of the fire wand. Obviously it can't shoot enough to sort of kill every enemy close to you, so I think they work really well together. And there we go, wave cleared. Should get at least 1 level up there as well, and we get 2. So we'll get the poison darts, and that should also be able to get the venom vial. There it is. Creates an area of poison around you, and it is a very strong upgrade to get, and we're glad we get that moving into wave 5, as the sort of final wave of these hard stages are never going to be easy. We will see if between the venom vial and the vampire aura we have enough sort of DPS to not move. At the moment it's not looking like it, especially with the sort of fire bolts coming from the sky. We're always going to have to move, but hopefully we've got enough that we can just about survive. These mole people are really getting through. Not ideal, but we can sort of keep slowly moving up forward, and it seems to be quite a good tactic, moving just fast enough that the mole people die within the vampire aura and the venom vial. So far so good. Yep, this tactic does seem to be the play. Obviously you just got to make sure you are dodging those fire strikes from the sky. I'm yet to have an elite come on the screen. Let's just get you know what, I'm going to get the cooldown tome here, as I think it's kind of pointless to try and upgrade the bomb now. It's not high enough level, and as I say, we haven't seen an elite yet. There is one there, so I'll just need to be very wary of that and try and keep moving through the enemies. There isn't really much time to try and focus on killing anything specific. I'll just need to make sure I don't die. We still got 40 seconds of the stage left as well, which is quite a lot, and I think that is another elite on the top of the screen coming in, so lots of things that can kill me here. 15 seconds to go, and this technique of just sort of walking forward seems to be doing quite well. I'm not really getting any gems from it, so I'm not really leveling up. I imagine I'll get quite a few at the end, but with 5 seconds to go, there's probably a lot of enemies on the screen here, and as soon as I get that, and I get that little boxing glove sort of power up, I should be able to finish everything off quite quickly. And there we get the error effect, I think, possibly, and there we go, 10 left, and that really helps us out once the timer is up. And that is how we can complete the first stage of the hard mode, and I think the fire wizard is a very good hero to do that. And now it's just a case of how far can we get in the coin rush, and let's get the chain lightning upgrade here, and we may as well get the cooldown tome, probably slightly better than the damage, possibly, not too sure, probably quite even to be fair. And there we go, let's get into the coin rush now. Interesting, they must have updated it. If you look in the top right, you can sort of see the coin bonus that you get. That must be on what happened on one of the recent updates, as I haven't seen that screen or that sort of icon before, so that is interesting. Difficulty easy, I wonder when it actually moves up in difficulty, but I quite like it. I quite like that you can sort of see the sort of bonus that you're going to get towards the end, and you can actually see the sort of meter going up actually there. So now we've just moved into the medium. What I'll do, my sort of dungeon event tactic of spinning the fire wizard, you have to spin him quite fast, as all the sort of fire bolts that he fires need to sort of spread around the screen to do that sort of constant effect, similar to what the venom vial is doing. And between that seems to be the best way to actually get the most damage out of the fire wizard. Maybe not the best way of surviving, and as if I start to take damage out, I will just move forward and try and find a gap, but I think this is a really good way to kill as many enemies as you can. But as I say that, we're probably just about at our max there of enemies coming to us, so I'll try and move forward. Enemies are still going to be dying behind me as we've got the venom vial, but we're probably going to die here as the next level of enemies come in. But there is a few gaps in front of me, so I'll just keep moving as much as I can. And there we go, 14,138. Nothing major there, and we do get 34,000 with the coin bonus there, so I'll just double this. There we go, rewards have been doubled, and that will wrap up the video. That is Crystal Mines 1 of the hard mode, and who I think is probably the best hero to do it, although there may be some others which I will do a bit of experimenting on perhaps in future videos, but there we go. Next video, Crystal Mines 2, or we'll move on back onto the normal mode. But if you have got this far, I really do appreciate it. Any feedback, do leave it in the comment section. Please do like and subscribe, it does help me out, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks a lot.